The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, Longman Certified English Series, read by Pianut Nontesa. Chapter 25 Hard Question Tom and Maggie Missing. Before sunrise on Sunday morning, Huck tapped at the old woman's door. A call came from a window. Who there? Only Huckins. That's name that can open this door nice all day. Welcome. These words strange words to the ears of the vegetable boy, and the pleasantest he had ever had. The door was quickly unlocked, and the old man and his sons splendidly dressed themselves. Now, my boys, I hope you're hungry because breakfast will soon be ready. The boys, and I hope that you would stay here last night. I was terrified, said Huck, and I ran 3 miles without stopping. I come now because I want to know about it, and I come before daylight because I didn't want to come across those devil events if they were dead. No, they are not dead. As we fire at them, but they got away in the dark. Then we put the police on their trace. A description of the Southwest Woods helps a great deal. Did you see what they were like? Yes, one, the deaf and dumb Spanish that's been around her once or twice, and the other is a nasty-looking race. The deaf and dumb Spanish taking well. Never mind now. We know the man. I come across them in the woods at the back of the window house one day, and they crept away. Up you go, boys, and tell the chief. As the wheelman's sons were leaving the room, Huck sprang up and cried, "Oh, please don't tell anybody that I told you about them, oh please. My boy, don't be afraid of me. I would have a hair up your head for the worst. No, I protect you." "Why are you so frightened of them, man? What do you do about them? The Spanish is a deaf and dumb. Do you know who he is now, Johnson?" "I once betray you." Huck looked into the old man's eye for a moment, and then bent over and whispered in his ear, "Is Spanish is red-skin so in this job?" The old man almost jumped out of this chair. "It's all plain enough now. When you told me of that nice business, I guess that it was your fancy, because Spencer don't take that sort of revenge." During breakfast, the talk went on. The old man says that before going to bed he and his son has got a lamp and has examined the place near the fence for signs of rats. There was nothing but a abundance of what the woods has left to us. He was breathlessly for an answer. The wheelsman stared in return, then replies sideways to Huck's shrank back, infinitely grateful. The wheelsman eyed him curiously and then said, "What were your expectations?" "Were fast." Huck did not know what action to make. Then a serious reply came into the head. There was no time to consider it. "So," he said, "where is Sunday school? Books, perhaps." The old man rose with laughter. But poor Hugs was too troubled to smile. Poor fellow, you look pale, said the old man. You are not well. I'm not surprised that you are a bit queer. Rest and sleep are what you need. Hugs was any to think that he has been such a fool and betrayed such a suspicious excitement just as breakfast whatever. There was a knock at the door. Hug quickly did it, for he has no desire to be connected with the event of the previous night. The Welshman admitted several ladies and gentlemen, among them the widow Downs. The Welshman had to tell the story of the night to the visitor. Of the widow expressed their deep gratitude for her preservation. Don't take me, madam, but for another who won't allow me to give his name, my boys and I would never have been laid up. Cause this aroused the great curiosity of the visitor, who later spread it in the town, for the old man refused to reveal his secret. There was no Sunday school during the holiday, but everybody was early at class, and the stirrings happened in on Cardiff Hills were thoroughly discussed. New come that not a thing of the village has yet been discovered. When the service was finished, George's gesture was come up the Mrs. Harper, and she was moving down the church with the crowd and says, "Is my Bucky going to sleep all day?" I expect that she would be hanging out. Your Becky? Yes, was a start. Look, didn't she stay with you last night? Why, no. Mrs. Tisher turned pale and shrank into a sense just as Aunt Polly, taking with a friend, passed by. Aunt Polly says, "Good morning, Mr. Cheshire." "Good morning, Mrs. Harper. Tom missing to stay with one of you last night, I expect, and now he's afraid to come to class." Mr. Cheshire shook her head wearily and turned paler than ever. "He didn't stay with us," said Mrs. Harper, beginning to look chilly, and accent expressions come into Aunt Polly's face. Children were questioned, and the Sunday school teacher, they all said that they had not noticed whether Tom and Becky were on the ferryboat on the homeward trip. No one had drew up inquiring whether anyone was missing. One young man thoughtlessly expressed his fear that they were still in the cave. Mrs. Cheshire finished away as Polly started weeping. The arm wept from street to street. Within 5 minutes, the bells of the church were ringing vainly. Were thunder. The ferryboat was although out in half an hour. 200 men were pulling down. The men rose and retired towards the cave. All the long afternoon the village seemed that all the duration nights the town was extremely forlorn, but when the morning came at last, the only message from the convent sent more thunder and fools. Mr. Cheshire was almost met with grief and armed police, the old West man come home. Towards midnight, almost worn out, he found Huck in bed with a raging fever. The doctor were all at the cave, so the window took shade of the pain. She said that she would do her best for him, whether he was good or bad, because no human being shall be neglected. Before midday, party of exhausted men returned to the village, but the strongest village continued searching. All the news that could be gained was that the depth of the cave were being examined, that wherever one wandered through the passage, lights could be seen, and shots and pistol shots heard, that the names Bucky and Tom, done in candle smoke, has been found on the rocky wall far from the path usually visited by tourists. Their dreadful day and mice drank by, and the villagers shake into despair.